we spent with Shedeur, and what he's done throughout his college career is impressive. He's an impressive young man. He's a really good quarterback. Sometimes, fit comes into play.
Picture this. Strap in, because what's happening in Cleveland right now isn't just football. It's a full-blown NFL soap opera. You've got Andrew Berry pacing like a nervous accountant who just realized the IRS is outside his door. You've got Kevin Stefanski clutching his clipboard like it's the Constitution. And you've got Shatter Sanders, the kid with all the swagger and all the talent, stuck in the middle like a golden ticket Cleveland doesn't even know how to cash in. Fans are outraged. Rival GMs are circling in Miami. Oh, Miami is grinning ear to ear, ready to swoop in and flip this whole league upside down. Let's break it down piece by piece. And trust me, this ride is going to be wild. Andrew Berry thought his Monday morning was going to be calm. Coffee, spreadsheets, a little cap management, the usual quiet life of a GM. Instead, the Miami Dolphins kicked down the door like they were cashing in at WrestleMania. "We'll take Shatter Sanders," they shouted. And Berry nearly baptized his laptop in scalding coffee. This isn't some harmless rumor floating in the wind. This is chaos, uncut and messy. Miami isn't fishing. They're dragging sharks into the boat. Cleveland? They're the bait dangling on the line. Berry convinced himself drafting Sanders was a heist of the century. He was ready to pat himself on the back and roll into the season with his quiet, tidy little plan. Then boom, Miami stormed the scene like villains in an action
Swings
film.
it to the
They don't win
outside.
Sunday.
Brian Cook
They knew right
makes a
now,
short-handed
the Dolphins
tackle.
want Sanders plugging and live
Flow throw,
and ready to
Wan'Dale
throw the
Robinson has
Berry's
the
jaw
catch.
dropped so
Jake
far you think it was
Tonjes,
attack
they'll call it
with
an
cartoon
incomplete
script.
pass,
Here's the
and
kicker.
it's third.
Other
Dinner you're
teams see
about
the
to
same
cook.
thing. They're lining up, polishing trade offers, circling like hawks. And Cleveland, they're out here treating Sanders
Brown
like
pays
the
it off.
return.
A
The Browns
and it's
managed to
just a little
stumble
too
on a
far,
diamond,
incomplete.
and they're holding
Third
it
down
like
and
it's
60.
costume jewelry. That's how franchises collapse. That's how
Down
you
at the
go from
11-yard
potential
line.
dynasty. Footnote
Austin
in
Hooper
NFL history.
sneak.
A change under center after a dreadful start. They want Shedeur Sanders traded to the Dolphins. Should Miami make a new move, Ocho?
It's only week one, huh? It's no time to hit the panic
Man, the
button.
fans don't care about no week
I know
one, week
this.
two,
I know.
week 10.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now I'm part of the fans. I'm a true Dolphin fan.
The Cleveland Browns, right now, two different universes colliding. Andrew Berry is standing on his rooftop yelling, "This is a guy. He's our savior." Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski is polishing his play sheet like it's a security blanket, muttering, "Future? I live in the present. And in the present, I don't trust rookies." It's comical. Stefanski is so allergic to letting shatter shine. Someone ought to check if he needs an EpiPen on the sideline. And just when the dysfunction is boiling over, Miami swoops in. The Dolphins, yes, the same squad that turned Tyreek Hill into a human cheat code and made Tua look like an MVP candidate. They don't just want Sanders. They want him now. They see plug and play elite, while Cleveland still sees maybe someday. That's like owning a Ferrari and refusing to drive it because your old Honda Civic has character. The Dolphins don't waste time chasing mediocrity. If they're circling, they've spotted something lethal. Meanwhile, Browns fans are done. They're photoshopping Shatter in teal jerseys before Stefanski can even finish explaining his depth chart. And when the fans flip like that, the writing is on the wall.
He already should do it. Won the two damn competitions that existed and you still didn't care. You just want to go with Dylan, and it's not because. It is not because Dylan is the preference for Stefanski. It is because the culture in Cleveland doesn't support a black franchise QB long-term at the number one spot, drafted number one or drafted 144. They thought they could pigeonhole him there, which was ridiculous, which means they don't know talent and they don't give a damn about it. They knew coming out of training camp, Shedeur Sanders was going to make it.
Cleveland has officially hit peak dysfunction.
Started off.
Fans are already whispering. Get Shatter out before they ruin it. Pure chaos.
De'Ami Brown
Andrew Berry looks
pays
like a
it
dad
off.
trying to referee
Spurs,
kids
and it's
fighting
just a
over the
little
Xbox.
too far. Incomplete.
Except the stakes are
Third down and
franchise
60.
quarterback. Stefanski's system is his precious toy.
Down at the
And he'll torch
11-yard
the whole stadium
line.
before letting
Austin
someone else play.
Hooper sneak
The
through the
man's
Miami.
ego has taken the wheel.
29-yard field
It's not
goal
about
is
readiness
pure,
anymore.
and the open.
It's about proving his way is the only way. He's treating
got
Sanders
it there.
like giving him the
Before
reins
the
with nice
Patriots defense was
spontaneous
closing in. He
combustion in the booth.
Threatened to go outside.
But everyone knows
Cut
his system
inside.
is a rusty
Touchdown.
pump.
Buffalo.
The locker room feels
But it's
it.
not enough.
The fans scream it. And deep down, Berry sees
And it's a
it.
one-handed
Meanwhile,
snatch.
hits.
Miami's looking at shots.
Unbelievable.
Why?
Here, Cook's
Because
ankle-breaking
Cleveland is
run,
doing
just
hard
one
work
of 2
now. All they
TDs.
have to
John,
do
Bajan,
is wait.
Basinger,
Every week Sanders
Bassinger.
rots on
We'll
the
just
bench.
go B-Raw.
His value to other
Command.
franchises
Fires
skyrocket.
open.
Imagine
Inside.
the Browns
In the game,
gift-wrapping their
can't
best
pin the
shot at
blame for their
salvation
0-2
and
start
mailing
on that
straight
defense.
to
Browning,
Southgate.
this is his
It's
5th
comedy
year
and
with
tragedy.
Cincinnati.
It's
Didn't play
100%
it all
true.
last
A long time, and it hurts me that I've never been able to see us have a successful season, have a great quarterback outside of Dan Marino. We've been looking for that position for a very long time. I thought Tua was the answer. I still think Tua was the answer. It's too soon to hit the panic button. Everybody can't be this superstar tier 1 quarterback like Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Everybody can't get that. But what we can have an adequate quarterback that can facilitate the ball, do us ask of him offensively, not turn it over, and we can win games.
Miami has been craving a true franchise quarterback since Dan Marino. Decades of false hopes, placeholders, and letdowns. Tua gave them a spark, but Miami isn't built for adequate. They're built for fireworks. Imagine Shatter Sanders slinging passes to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. That's not just football. That's video game madness. Cleveland fans see the writing on the wall. They've been burned too many times to ignore it. They're begging Shatter to leave, to save himself before he becomes another name in their cursed quarterback graveyard. Loyalty? Gone. All that's left is desperation and fury. And poor Andrew Berry. He's standing in the middle of a storm that might define his career. If he doesn't act, he won't just lose a player. He'll lose the fan base. And in the NFL, once the fans turn, there's no coming back.
It's starting to swirl, man. We getting some new information out of Cleveland that the Cleveland Browns veteran players are about to turn their back on Kevin Stefanski. And is he losing control over the locker room? Now, we've seen this whole quarterback situation play out through the draft. We've seen what's happening in the training camp, seen what's happening in practice, and we've seen what's happening in preseason. Now, all camp long, there's reports that was surfacing and people in the media talking about.
The whispers out of Cleveland are getting louder. Stefanski is losing the locker room.
Just put so
Veterans
much pressure
aren't lying.
inside
They see the
Jones.
surface.
In a
They
clean
know
pocket
Shatter
this
is the
time.
most talented
Pearsall
quarterback
comes
in the
back.
league.
First Pittsburgh.
They also know he's wasting away on the bench because of stubborn coaching. That's how coach loses control. That's how franchise unravels. Barry's forced to smile.
Lawrence on third.
But behind closed doors, he's sweating bullets. Every day this drags out. Sanders gets closer to winning. Why not just go somewhere unwanted? Miami is circling sure, but they're not alone. Other teams are licking their chops, waiting for Cleveland to stumble. This isn't just a quarterback controversy.
On second and 10,
It's a
wide
franchise
open.
crisis.
54
If the Browns screw this up, they won't just lose a player. They'll lose their last shred of credibility.
He refuses to answer Shador questions about who's going to get the first rep or who's going to take this amount of reps or lineups and stuff like that.
I mean, we don't pay too close attention to who's in there.
Will it change tomorrow?
Hey, will you be here?
Yeah.
I'll see you here.
And you should have been prepared for all of this. Right when we saw that moment when you drafted him and y'all looked at disinterested.
This is peak Browns dysfunction. The press conferences are awkward theater now. Stefanski dodges questions about Sanders like a politician sidestepping scandals. Who's getting the reps? Who's starting? Shrugs, smirks, non-answers. It's insulting at this point. And everyone remembers draft night. The cameras caught it. Barry looked like someone just forced him to eat spoiled food when Sanders' name was called. That vibe hasn't left. It's been hanging over this franchise ever since. Meanwhile, the Dolphins circle like sharks smelling blood. Cleveland has created the perfect script for disaster. A young star with no role, a stubborn coach with no vision, and a GM too scared to pull the trigger.
If we don't, here it is,
Yeah.
Ocho. Here's Kevin Stefanski not letting Shador run the 2-minute drill at the end of the game with the Browns. Let's take a listen to what he had. Yeah, he's like, Coach, let me get this last one. Give me an opportunity. Nah, we good. We go.
Here's the moment that broke fans' patience. Sanders begged for the 2-minute drill. He wanted the reps. He wanted the chance.
So much pressure
Stefanski
inside
flat
Jones.
out denied
In a
it.
clean
No
pocket
good.
this time.
Fans
Pearsall
exploded.
comes back.
This wasn't about
Pittsburgh
play
pick.
call. This was about opportunity. Sanders asked for a shot, and Stefanski slammed the door in his face. That's not development.
Lawrence
That's
on third.
sabotage.
Kick is on its way.
Now the fans
and
are
it
sharpening
is
pitchforks.
good.
The GM's trapped
Judy's
in
at
no
the
man's land. Rival teams are circling overhead. And Sanders? He's scratching one back, wondering if he's wasting the prime years of his career on a franchise that doesn't believe him.
This is what happens when you take bad advice. This is what happens when you listen to all the negative hoopla around a player and the public is the main judge. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones that have to show up. We're the ones that have to purchase the tickets. We're the ones that have to purchase the jerseys. We understand organization, we understand tradition and all that other stuff. But ultimately, if you have no fans, you have no team. And the fans have spoken loud and clear about
Cleveland fans have had enough. They're not whispering anymore. They're shouting, buying tickets, jerseys, pouring their money into this team, and being told their future star is just a bench warmer. That's betrayal. And here's the truth. When the fans turn, the franchise collapses. No fans, no team. Period. The Browns are fumbling away a golden ticket, and everyone knows it. Rival fans are laughing. Rival GMs are circling. And in Cleveland, the anger is bubbling like a volcano. Barry is stuck staring down the barrel of a nightmare. Either he finds a way to fix this, or Sanders becomes another chapter in the long, sad comedy of Browns quarterback history.
A lot of work that gets done when you guys aren't out there, believe it or not. But even that's, man, I said that, Mary Kay, even in a meeting or in a walkthrough, just our guys are getting exposed to a lot. Different, every day we're mixing and matching, if you will, giving guys different looks. I've told you before, it's not going to be a 25% down the middle type thing, or I guess down and forth, but we're trying to expose the guys to different things. What did you? This is an all-encompassing evaluation. So we were evaluating the guys during phase 1, during phase 2, and now finally phase 3, you get to go against your defense in some settings where our quarterbacks and our offense get to go against them in 7-on-7 and some.
The Dolphins have the fastest offense in football. Pair Sanders with that.
Being able to run that deep.
That's highlight reel
On
madness.
2nd and 10,
waiting to
wide
happen.
open.
But Miami isn't alone. Atlanta, New England, Minnesota. They're all scribbling
Prater.
trade packages on napkins, waiting for Cleveland
For
to
Tennessee,
implode.
they're on the move
Cleveland
at the
fans
LA
are already past the
35.
breaking point.
Argue that your
They don't even
arm was
care if Sanders thrives
around the-
in another jersey. They just wanna
31
see
rush
him
yards and a
unleashed.
rush TD to
Anywhere
Drake May.
but on
Intercepted!
Wow!
They didn't dominate him by any means. Gave up 8
That's
dead.
loyalty to
Luke
Sanders.
Musgrave, 32
The
yards, and the
Brutal.
star only
Playoff
4
teams see
catches.
Sanders as
And
a
that
star.
company is still
Cleveland
waiting to
sees
feel
him
good
as a
about.
football
Didn't
hero.
get too many
That
chances
disconnect
to bury
screams
Penix,
dysfunction
but they
louder
got
than
to
any
him
other.
3 times.
After yesterday and not putting him in for the 2-minute.
Yeah, obviously, I don't concern myself with outside type of things. But I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me.
He kind of glitched out a little bit there, but hey, his answer is his answer. Why weren't you able to come up with a counter to the defense that the LA Rams are running so you can get your offense going?
Picture Andrew Berry at 3 a.m., pacing in his living room, refreshing Twitter like a man waiting for a test result. Dolphins finalize blockbuster trade for Shatter Sanders. That's the nightmare headline. If it drops, Berry's career is toast. You don't recover from being the GM who drafts a star, then ships him off without a chance. The whispers are already out there. Fans pushing for change. Stefanski doubling down, smug as ever. And Sanders? Quietly plotting his escape. This isn't a team anymore. It's a time bomb. Every day Sanders sits, the tension climbs. The fans are restless. Rival GMs are circling. And Berry knows one thing. When this bomb goes off, he's the one in the blast zone.
Browns are making a huge mistake, and here's why. Shedeur Sanders just put up 2 TDs, 138 yards, scraps for practice reps, and they still haven't buried as QB4. Here are the Browns QBs in this order. No change. If I'm Shedeur, I'm not waiting behind those guys. Demand a trade out of Cleveland. Raiders and the Saints, he could walk in tomorrow and compete for QB1. Instead, the Browns just want him to sit. You've got a QB who's ready, and you're letting him.
The numbers don't lie. 2 touchdowns, 138 yards. Sanders is producing even while buried at QB4. It's absurd. Stefanski insists it doesn't matter. Development, he says, like the word itself will pacify an entire fan base. But the fans see through it. They know this isn't development. This is ego. Berry knows it too. He can't sleep. He knows if Sanders bolts and lights up another franchise, his name becomes NFL infamy. The GM who gift-wrapped the superstar. That stain never fades. And the Dolphins? They're already picturing Sanders tossing bombs to Tyreek Hill. Miami sports blogs are practically drafting